Okay, this is a clip about selection tools, how to select something in Photoshop. There's a lot of different ways, of course, to select objects. One of the things to remember is there are tools underneath these little triangles. So there's the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool, and there are other ones here, the lasso, the polygonal, depending on who's talking, tomato, tomato, and then the magnetic. I want to look at this quick selection tool because it's very, very cool. I've got two layers here, but we're going to be on the background when we do this. And by the way, this is tulips in your samples folder. The quick selection tool is based, of course, on color value, so that it will select things in a similar family, similar color range. That's a pretty quick selection. You can see we have an issue here. And of course there's ways to add and subtract from selections that are not too difficult. If I go here now to the polygonal tool, you'll notice the shortcut is L. And one of the things you'll know about selection tools is if you hold the Shift key down and tap the L shortcut keystroke, it cycles through. So we're going to go to this polygonal. Control plus lets us zoom in quickly, and the space bar with the mouse becomes a hand tool. I like to get in pretty tight and then subtract the area that I don't want in the selection. In this case, we hold down the Alt key and keep it held down as if it's super glued, and we simply circle the area we don't want, double click, and it goes away. And you see now that I got rid of that. You'll see there's a little area up here we didn't get, and I'm going to zoom in again. Control plus controls the modifier key, the shortcut key we call it. And here's the area I didn't get. There's a little bit here that we'll clean up. But let's add. If we want to add, it's the Shift key, and you see the plus sign. When you're adding, you start inside. And you just, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll show you how we can clean up the edges so that they're not hard edges. And then I'll do the Alt key and get rid of this little tip here. So now if we go to Control 0, we see we have a pretty nice selection. Okay, and that's fairly quick because this tulip has a color value that is easy to select as a group. In other words, the tonal range is similar throughout the entire object. So that's one way to do it. When you have it selected, you'll see I've already put it on its own layer, but Control J will take that selection and put it on its own layer, and you double click that and you call it flower, tulip, I guess, whatever you decide you want to call it. Hit enter, and if you turn off the background, there's your tulip, right? There's your tulip. And the good thing, of course, Photoshop, we love Photoshop. V is the move tool. You can now move that tulip anywhere you want. Your smart guides will show you when it's at center. And that's very cool. We like that. And we like that a lot. As long as we're on the move tool, when I'm doing some sort of layout or design, I always go to my guides. There's, again, different ways to do things, but I snap my guides so that they're at center, right? So now we have it at center, and that's a quick way to select something, move it, and put it at center. All right, this is the first clip for selection tools, and we'll do transform tool next.